Okay, here we go. In this video, which is recorded live, unedited, and for the most part unscripted, I am going to make doodles with watercolor with the kids. I'm going to be joined by some kids over here on camera one in a few seconds, and we're going to do some stuff. So if you want to relax in your life a little bit, and you want to get a sketchbook, I usually work on sketchbooks, but here today I'm actually making my own sketchbook. I'm going to put the sketchbook together later on, but right now I'm going to go on to camera one, and I'm going to start with my watercolor doodling exercise for the day. And I'm gonna get a couple of different pieces of paper for doing this because it's fun to do, and I'm gonna meet you over at camera one right now. Here I am at camera one. What's up, everybody? Good morning. If you're watching this live, hello. I hope you're watching live. If you're not and you're watching this recorded, thanks for watching no matter how you look at it, but we're gonna do this today. Last week at my live, every Saturday morning I'm coming live on YouTube, and last week I told the kids at the end of the live session that I was going to do watercolor today. So that's what we're doing. We're going to do some watercolor. So if you don't have watercolor, man, if you don't have watercolor, I like to get these. I put a set here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. I like to use these cheap watercolors. I get them all the time at a place over there on Yellowstone Boulevard. Can't remember the name of it. Olivia Market. Oh, God, if you're in the area, go to Olivia Market and buy your watercolors there. I love that place. But you can use any kind of watercolor. Today, I'm going real detailed and real small because I want to kind of really relax, and I like to doodle in small scales when I want to relax. So I'm today going to use this set that Mike got me for my birthday back in April, and I hardly ever used it. It's the Van Gogh little travel set. I love this thing. I don't know what this thing is. I think it's supposed to be a brush, but it doesn't look like a brush. But anyways, if you want to relax, sit down, get a piece of paper, get a couple of pieces of paper. Actually, get a couple of pieces of paper. If you have a sketchbook, we're going to use a couple of different pages because we're doing this live. And with watercolor, man, you never know. Am I in a good stream? Hold on a second. Do I have a good stream? I think I have a good stream. Let's see. Stream settings. I don't know if it's even on. Let's see. If you can see me, chat. Excellent connection. Yeah, I think I got it. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we're running live. I changed the setup a little bit. Look at this next angle I got here. I'm going to meet you over on camera 3 right now. Look at this. Look behind me. Oh, I set all this up this week. Very happy about this. And hello, if you're watching live. We're going to do some watercolor right now. Back at camera 1. Okay. Get out a couple of pieces of paper. You need, for this activity today, you need some brushes, pencil, and some kind of marker, like a black fine liners are great. I use these fine liners. I talk about them all the time. But if you don't have a fine liner, you can use a Crayola marker. Just use whatever you have. Sharpie markers, Crayola markers, any kind of dark marker. If you don't even have a dark marker, you can use a dark colored pencil. All right, and you need water. This is important. You need water, and you need some kind of paper towels. The thing about watercolor is you kind of make a mess. So this piece of paper probably going to get messed up. You have to understand that you might get messed up. Let's say you're an adult with you who doesn't want you to make so much of a mess. Maybe if you have like an old cereal box, or if there's a box laying around, you can kind of tear it up and open it up and leave it flat on the table. Because watercolor, you don't want to get that on your on stuff in your house. That might make the adults around you upset. So I'm going to go on the overhead in a couple of seconds, and what I'm doing today is I'm going to work small. You do not have to work small. I want you to work at whatever size of paper you have. I got these small papers cut as my watercolor paper because watercolor paper is very expensive. Where's my pad? I buy these like pads of watercolor paper. Let me show you. Look, I buy this, Strathmore. I buy Canson, some of the Blick materials. I try to buy the cheapest watercolor paper I can find, but this was pretty nice. I'm almost done with this one. So I like to cut the papers into smaller pieces because it's very expensive, and I'm not that good at watercolor, so I don't really know what I'm doing with the watercolor. But it's fun, and I'm going to talk you through it, so let's do it together. So again, if you do not have watercolor, just get like color markers. You can do the same thing with color markers, but you're going to use light colors to start. All right, so here I'm gonna go on the pick. I'm gonna go on the above head. Look, there's my. This is my paper. I got my pencils. I got my brushes, and I got my my fine liners, my like dark black markers, and then I got my watercolor. I'm using this set. I love this set, and I got my water. I got all these things, and I got my paper towel. You gotta have all of these things before you start, because if you don't have all of these things and you start doing it, it's gonna get a little tricky. I'm gonna go in the picture-in-picture and say, hey, there I am. How you doing? All right, so the first one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a couple of different sheets. That's why I have all these different papers here, because the thing about watercolor is it has to dry, and we're gonna draw on top of the watercolor after it dries, and that's fun to do. But you can't do it when it's wet, because that doesn't work. So what I want to do is I'm going to take a couple of different pieces of paper, and I know this is called the Sketchbook Club. That's why I punched these holes in this paper, because after I finish with these, I'm going to put this little wire on there. I'm going to make it into a little sketchbook. I'm so excited about that. So here I go. The first one I'm going to do, and if you want to do this along with me, this is fun. I'm going to take my brush. I'm going to use this brush. I don't know anything about the brush names. This is a round brush, I think. But I like this brush. This looks similar to the kind of brush you might have with the sets that you buy. If you buy like a set of regular watercolor, that usually comes with one brush. So I'm going to get some water on the brush like this. And the thing about watercolor is you got to have the confidence to not worry about using all the colors. I get this problem in the shop with the kids too. They like to try to use every single color they possibly can. I'm going to start with some yellow. And what I'm going to do is, look how soothing and relaxing this is. I don't know if you're getting this, but it's just, you kind of take some water on the brush, and you just slowly kind of get some color on it. And then what I'm going to do on this paper, I'm sorry it's really tight, but I wanted to keep this small so you can see it because the lighting is not the best. I'm going to take my brush, again, I don't know if this is even going to work, but I'm going to press, and I'm going to make like a cool looking shape like that. It's really hard to see that. So I'm going to get some more water, and I'm going to take some of this reddish color a little bit. Your palette's going to get messed up, and I'm going to do like that. And then I'm going to come over like this. Oh, that's too much. See what I did? I did too much. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to make like what's going to eventually be a leaf. Because, does that even look like a leaf? I mean, yes, it does. And then I'm going to make another one over here. Before I clean the brush, I'm going to try to get that color and use it in a couple of different places, because it's going to lighten up, and that's kind of nice. This one's a little too dark, so I'm going to pull some of that paint from over there, and I'm going to kind of go like this. And I'm going to take just a couple of cool little, like, sort of, I don't know, like almond shapes, I guess you could say. I'll get a little more of this yellow. And I'm just sort of making shapes. I'm going to make a whole pattern of shapes. There's a lot of color on that one, my first one. And I'm going to just do it here. And I'm going to do it here. Because last week in my live video, I told the kids, I said, go collect leaves. And I tried to do that. But I guess I missed the time, because I'm going around looking for leaves. I couldn't find any leaves that weren't crunchy. I had this idea to do something where you paint all across a piece of watercolor paper and then you press leaves on top of it. I thought that would be really fun, but I couldn't find any leaves that were not crunchy, because it's fall and it's December already, so all the leaves got all crunchy. So I'm going to go, you're not going to see the color because I'm off camera here, but I'm going to bring my palette over here and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this brown, because I decided I'm going to make these like leaves. I'm going to make a whole pattern of leaves. Again, this is probably a lot of paint. If you're worried about having too much paint, watercolor tip number one, if you're worried about having too much paint on your brush, go like this a little bit on the paper towel. I don't usually like to do that because I don't like to waste. And with watercolor, you can always change it. Oh, that's a nice little orangey. Yeah, look at that. That's cool looking. That's what I wanted to do, except I thought it was going to be a little more brown. Yeah, there you go. See that? And I'm just sort of I'm trying to make the same shape all over the place in different angles, kind of like I do with my stamps. If you've been to the shop and you worked with stamps, you know what I'm talking about. But as you can see, I'm resisting the urge to go into the blue, even though it's calling me. Look at that blue, it's so bright. I'm not going to do that, because I want to keep this palette very minimal. I want to keep these colors like browns and, whoa, that's like an orangey brown. That's nice. It's a little too much to like that, and it's in the same angle, so it's making me a little upset. So now I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna make, oh, look at that leaf. That's fun to do. And you're just gonna kind of make these little almond shapes all over your piece of paper. If you have a bigger piece of paper, you can do that. And if you can even go off the edge like this is fun to do as well. Because what I'm gonna eventually do when this dries, I'm gonna use my fine liners. I'm gonna draw little decoration lines on these things. But I cannot do that when it's wet. So I'm doing like this. I'm gonna look. I'm trying to make like a composition. See, okay, now here's a thing. There's some red and orange here, and I got this yellow on my brush. So I'm gonna get a little more of this beigey color, and I'll get a little more yellow. I think that's a beigey color. A little more yellow. My brush is a little dry right now, and I'm gonna come in here and go like this. I want to break that up because these two orange guys, they're too much. They're too close to each other. They're buddies, and I don't want them to stay too close together. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm just gonna keep going. Maybe I'll do like, I'll take this one all the way to the point where there's no more paint on the brush. Yeah, see how nice this is? This is very relaxing. Love it, but and then if you don't like these colors and you have different colors, that's great. I love to use. Oh man, look how nice that color is. Oh, it's like a fall leaf display. Man, this is very relaxing. And if you're doing this with me, man, I really hope you're doing this. Hope you're not just watching me. Oh, and I don't know if you're watching Jura and Nolani. If you guys are watching on the television. Their mom told me they came last week to one of the workshops, and their mom told me that they watched me on the television set. I'm on your television set right now? Oh, that's crazy. I thought you were on like a computer or something. But if I'm on a television set, oh, I feel famous. That's a lot of red on that one. That's a lot of color. And look, I'm already getting kind of messy on my background, on my tabletop. That's why you want to use like something to protect you, like a piece of maybe a cereal box. Or something. You just kind of look. I mean, look at this. This is nice. I feel like I want to do the blue on there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to resist the urge to do that. I'm going to put a more yellow. There was a little pink. Look, nice. So I'm just kind of putting these almond shapes all over the place. And so what I'm doing is I'm setting up for what I'm going to do with the line work, which I will show you. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek on this thing for a second, but I had a couple of different ideas today. I gotta clean my brush. Now, your brush water is gonna get really dirty very soon, very quickly. I like to have extra water here, this kind of stuff. I have a lot of water. I got these things from IKEA. These are kind of cool. Look at this. I don't know where to put this in the camera. Oh, here, like this kind of, these like little containers. I don't know, you get like a bucket or something. I got a bucket underneath me. I'm gonna dump this water out and pour new water in, because you gotta keep your water clean. Unless you're working with the same colors, which that's what I'm doing here, so that's kind of nice. I'm gonna leave this right now to dry. I'm gonna let this dry. And I'm gonna take another piece of paper, and what I'm gonna do with this piece of paper, I'm gonna move my water out of the way for a second, is I wanna show you something. I'm gonna kind of zoom in like this. Look at this thing that I drew. I'm gonna go on camera, I'm gonna go on camera 3 over here. Watch this. I'm gonna go off the, oh, look at my space. Look at all this space. And look, I drew this. I drew this. I hope you can see it in the camera. Oh yeah, you can. There it is. Look how nice that looks. I drew this yesterday. I called it Winter Funderland because it's freezing cold outside, and the other day it snowed, so I made a bunch of snowflakes. And I did all this with my my fine liner pen. And that's what I'm gonna do with this thing once it dries. Once this dries, I'm gonna draw leaf patterns on the leaves, but because it takes time to dry, I'm gonna make a couple of different ones. So meet me back at camera 1 over here, and then I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna put this up to the side because I'm gonna do something with this later on in the video. I'm gonna do something with this with the watercolor. This is in my sketchbook. It's thin paper. It's not watercolor paper, so I need the watercolor paper to make this right. So with this one, I'm gonna change the color now. Oh, I gotta dump my water. I don't know if you're working near a sink. I'm not. I got this bucket underneath me right here, and I got this thing, so oh man, this is really messy, but this, I'm gonna put new water in my little glass. And by the way, this is my favorite glass to use for watercolor. I don't know if you can see it. Let me put some water in first, and then I'll show it to you, because this is amazing. This is a hack you can do. You see this glass? Look at that glass. You see that? And this is the most amazing thing. I don't know how to say this. It's French. Oui? I guess that's oui. O-U-I. This is yogurt. And this is the container that the yogurt comes in, and it has like a foil top. It doesn't even have like a plastic cap, which I think is nice. And then I take this out and I keep these. They got a nice lid, they're strong. Man, I love these things. And I use this for my watercolor because I just love them. Now with this, I'm gonna do something different. Now watch this, I'm gonna use this brush. I'm gonna go on the overhead, back on the overhead now. Here I go. Now, I'm gonna stay off picture for a second because I gotta make sure I know what I'm doing here. This brush is like a flat angled brush. You might not have a brush like this. This is a fancy pants brush. You might have a brush that looks more like, oh man, where is it? This, like a flat brush, or most of the brushes that come like this kind of brush. If you have one of these brushes, it's totally fine. You can use it. I personally am gonna use this angled brush because I absolutely love it. I'm gonna put a little water on it. Now this, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mix colors together. I'm gonna put this orange with some of this pink. I think this is pink. Oh yeah, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna find out now. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe I'll take a little piece of, let's just go for it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is this, check it out. I'm gonna make like just a, whoa, yeah, that's what I wanted. This is gonna be amazing. Look, I'm gonna make like this kind of, almost like a blob. I don't know what kind of blob yet, but just some sort of blob. And that color, when I still have it on my brush, oh, let me do the picture in picture so I can show you. I'm gonna do this. Give me a second. I'm gonna go up a little bit. Oh man, I gotta find out how to do this. This is, whoa, there I go. You see me? I hope you guys are having a great, nice day. It's cold outside. Oh yeah, before I take the paint off put more water on the paintbrush, I'm gonna use that color in a different spot here. And I'm gonna make this kind of like, just a blob, like just a cool blob. Very similar. I'm trying to make these like rectangular blobs on this one. And then I'll do this one maybe like this kind of blob. And I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. Not necessarily, but I kind of have an idea. This teacher this week came, Mr. Alba. Oh man, Mr. Alba. I don't know if Mr. Alba's watching us here in Mr. Alba's class. Man, he made a plate. He made a print this week that looked like it was a cool looking pig. And I had this idea to draw like, Mr. Alba, if you are watching, I actually, I tried to draw a pig yesterday at the class trip. It didn't look like a pig though. It was like a pig-like thing. And that's what I want to do on these. I'm going to draw pig-like creatures on this page, which is why I'm doing these colors, which I think are nice. I'm just kind of making blobs, just a couple of blobs like this. So I want you to do that. Take a piece of paper. You want to use a couple of different pieces of paper because you need time to draw. You got to kind of do this and walk around your house a little bit, get some exercise, move around, because you have to, you can't draw right on top of the watercolor, but man, you want to draw on watercolor because it's so nice when you do that. This I'm going to take, what color should I use now? Oh, I think I'm going to go to the blue. I keep going back and forth with this blue. I don't want to do it, but now I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a little blue. But here's the thing, I don't want to make this dark, so I'm going to use my paper towel. I'm going to blot this thing, get a little more of this water in there. Yes, it's kind of what I wanted, like a light blue. It's really nice. Look how nice that is. It's very wet though. I don't know if you're noticing this, but you see it's very wet. If it gets too wet, you can always take, oh man, where's my paper towels? Oh, here they are. You can always take a paper towel, and it's called blotting. It's fun to do. Look, I'm gonna, yeah, I'll show you on the overhead, it's better. You take a piece of paper towel, I take a small piece of paper towel like this, and I just press it like this, and then you blot it. That helps in the drying as well. Whoa, that didn't work as what I wanted to do, but that looks like a cloud. Maybe I should make the pig-like creatures floating in the, oh, look what I just did. Look what I just did. Oh man, I'm going to camera one for a second. It's an accident. This happens. It's a live video, and I put my wet brush down on my beautiful drawing that I made yesterday, and I got blue all over the W in my winter and the eye. I'm a little upset about that. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna be that upset about it. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna use that as an idea for what I'm gonna do with that later. I guess. Man, I'm a little upset about that. I'm not really that upset. I mean, if you get upset, sometimes you just gotta be upset for a few minutes, kind of calm yourself down, and then not be upset about it anymore. And that's what's happening over here. Although I am a little upset about that still. I'm not gonna, whoa, that's a lot of blue. Oh, I gotta go back on the picture-in-picture thing. Hold on a second. I'm going back to camera 2, and then I go on the picture-in-picture. There I am, how are you? This is really a lot of paint on this one. So I'm kind of like not sure how to do this. That's really dark blue. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna wet my brush. Hear that noise? That's the best noise. That's why I love this yogurt jars. Oh, I don't know if my wife is watching, but Lavinia, if you're watching this, in the refrigerator is a new one of these. I forgot to bring it because I wanted to show everyone on the video that you could buy these yogurt things. I wanted to show you like the before and after, but I forgot it there. I'm gonna put a little more blue on this one because I wiped too much out when I blotted it. And I'm just making these blobs, and I'm making some of them go off the page. And I'm not gonna even concern myself with the fact that I'm messing up my background, though you should really do that because the adult with you might not want you to do that. That's too dark. Oh, that's too dark. I don't like that. I gotta wipe some of that. Oh, this is very wet now, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put one up here in this top area right here. And this is gonna be for my pig-like creatures, which I'm very excited to do after this dries. And let's check on my leaves. How are they doing? I'm gonna check on the leaves right now. I'm gonna blow on them. They're drying very nicely. This one isn't, but it still needs more time. That's why you gotta have patience. I'm gonna do a little more blotting on this one. Whoa. There's another thing you can do. I don't want to say it out loud because you might just run away and get salt, but don't do that. Don't get salt right now. But sometimes you soak a watercolor painting and you pour salt on it. It does stuff to the paint. It looks so good. Oh, that looks amazing. All right, so that's this one. That's gonna be my pig-like blob structures. And now I have my leaves, my pig-like blob structures. And now, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm doing on this one because I didn't think this far ahead because I try to live in the moment. What I'm gonna do with this one, I'm just gonna go to town on this. I'm gonna put color all over this thing and I'm not gonna really think about it. That is fun to do. You get some watercolor. Now, just a point, let me go back to this for a second. Get my brush out of the water. You wanna leave the brushes in the water, that's a bad idea. If you do not have watercolor paper, I mean, I work with kids now for 7 straight years, thousands and thousands and thousands of children. I don't know what it is about you guys, but you would want to put all of this water on this little piece of paper with as much of this paint as you possibly can. I don't know why people do this. That's not a good idea. You need to kind of reserve yourself and calm yourself down and take deep breaths and then just like take a little bit at a time. I clean my brushes at the end of the workshops. I have to scrub the brushes. It's like the kids are shoveling the paint, like they're pressing so hard. The brushes get all banged up and stuff. I mean, you want to get this water is so dirty. You want to get the brush a little wet. You want to get a little bit of color. Just a little bit of color. See what I'm doing? Just a little bit of color. I'm going to go on the overhead now. And then you want to just do this. Look. Look what I'm doing. I'm now with some energy just kind of putting this color all over the place. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to put the color all over the place. And I'm going to clean the brush. I'm going to get this yellow color. It's going to come over here and it's going to blend. And again, I did not script this. I do not know what I'm doing. I don't know what this is going to be. But I'm taking colors. I'm wetting my brush. I'm going to do this color. I'm going to keep my... Oh, wow, that's cool. Look at this little pan came out because it's so wet. And I'm going to put this one over here. Oh, that's a lot of color. That's too much. That's too much. I don't like that. I got to get rid of that. Some of that stuff. I got to take some of that off and put it over here. I don't want this whole thing to turn into ochre. If you have too much of one color, just blot it out. Just go like this. Kind of looks cool after a while. Just sort of do this. Almost looks like flowers, although it's not what I intended to do with this. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. Oh, I'm going to put some green. I haven't done this in a while. Oh, look how nice this is. And you're just sort of playing with color. Again, don't forget, don't put too much water and too much color. Just like, see, that's even too much. Just put a little bit. Look how beautiful this looks. Just put a little bit of color. It's so nice. I'm going to try to figure out what to do up here. Try to use a color I haven't used again. This one, I don't even know what color this is. I think this is like a blue color. Oh, this is a nice dark blue. Let's bring that up here like this. Look what I'm doing. Whoa, and then I'm going to bring this over here. Mix it with the green because blue is got green in it. This has got red. I'm not going to put it too much over here because that's the red. I'm going to make it too much brown. But look how nice this looks. And I'm going to do something with this when it dries. What I'm going to do with it, you just have to stay tuned to find out. What are you going to do with yours? Maybe something similar that I'm going to do. We'll figure it out together. That'll be fun. Now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to cover the whole thing? Now, as you can see, Let me show you something. Let me show you something back on this camera. Look, you see the paper? You see how it's kind of bending like this? This happens. If you were doing this on a regular piece of paper from a sketchbook or just regular copy paper, it's probably like this by now. But it's okay. Keep going because it's okay. I mean, if it's soaking wet and you need like a sponge, get a sponge. But don't do that. You don't want to make it soaking wet. But like I said, that's what kids do. They do that. They do that all the time. But look, this is so nice. I love this. Now, I'm going to do one more because by the time I finish this next one, my first one, the leaves, will be dry. I think it's dry already. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Now this one, what am I going to do here? Oh, let's think about it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. So I'm going to go back to my big brush, which is similar to the brush you might have. I'm going to wet it. I'm not even going to clean my my water. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take this orange color. I think it's orange. And I'm going to go like this. I mean, look at this. That was fun to do. And then I'm going to do another one. And I'm just going to make lines until I don't have that much more paint on my brush. And that was fun to do. That's very relaxing. I'm going to clean my brush. And now I'm going to take, I don't know what to take now. I'll take this pinkish color. Again, I'm trying to stay like monochromatic for the most part because, whoa. I don't know if I like this, but it's kind of interesting. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of this and I'm going to come over here. Whoa, I accidentally took blue. I didn't want to do that. That was an accident. I didn't think that was blue. I thought that was a red. Not familiar with my watercolor palette, but let's go for it. Now I'm doing this all over the place. I don't love this, but it's like, I don't know what it is. Look at that. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it is, but now I'm going to take, now I got a conundrum here because I got orange, red, and blue in here. I think I'm going to have to do this light blue, and we got a little white in there. I'm going to take some white and some blue, and I'm going to mess up my palette here because that white is not going to be white anymore, but it's okay. And then I'm going to kind of just put some color in here, like a little bit of color there, a little bit of color there, a little bit of color there, maybe some over here. Man, I really hope you're doing this. If you're doing this, I mean, if you're doing this, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't love it. But now I'm going to just take a wet brush. Oh, see, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to stop doing this one. I don't like this one very much. I don't really like this one very much, but what I did here is I started making it. See what I did? I put the orange and the blue together. It's making like a purpley brown. I don't want a purpley brown on this. So I'm going to put this off to the side because I don't want to do this right now. I don't really like this one. I'm a little upset about this, but I'll go back to it and I will make something out of this. Probably what I'm going to do is when this dries, just paint the whole thing and maybe it'll be the most amazing one. Sometimes the one that you don't like the most ends up being your favorite. That happened to me back in college with one of my etchings. All right, so now this one, I know what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to take this brush, get a little of this red. I'm going to go like this. Watch. I'm going to press down, turn up, go like that, and then press down, go like that, and make a heart. I love that. That was fun to do. Just came up with that idea. And I'm going to do it again. Press down, curl up, come down. Press down, curl up, come down, and you make hearts. Excuse me for the cough. I got to get some water. Check this out. My Be Merry cup. Oh, that's water. It's delicious. You don't want to drink the water that you're using for the watercolor. That would be a terrible idea. All right, I'm going to take a little, while the brush is still a little wet with that nice red, I'm going to get some of that orangey-ish color, and I'm going to make another heart like this. Press down, curl up, press down, curl up. I'm going to leave that little white spot. I kind of like that. That was an accident, and it was over there as well, so I kind of like this. Now I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to wet my brush. I'm going to go up here with this guy again. I don't know if that's the one I took before. And I'm going to take some of this again. And I'm going to put a little bit of yellow. Now, I'm really messing up my palette, but I'll clean it up later. And I'm going to do this. I'm just going to make hearts all over this thing. And I'm going to make this one different, like this. See, and I'm making these little white spots. It doesn't matter. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm making my own hearts. You make your own hearts. If you don't want to make hearts, make something else. Make rocket ships. Do whatever you want. It's yours. Look. And I'm doing this. and I'm gonna make this light. And this is a nice little kind of play. Now, I gotta figure out another color to do with this. Man, I really wanna make this brush not so wet. This brush is soaking wet, and the paint is all wet. It's a heart that's coming off the edge like that. That's fun. And then this one's going like this, and then this one's going like this. And now I feel like it needs a little more color, and I keep talking about that blue, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do, I don't even know what color this is. What color is this? Man, this is brown. I don't want to use that color. Let's find out what this color is. Let's find out together. Whoa, I think that's black. Not going to use that color. I want a different color. Maybe I'll go to my cheap set of watercolor paint that I love so much that you might have one of these things. I usually use this one. This one is too fancy right now. Mike, I mean, I love it. It's so fancy. The colors are so intense. I'm going to do this. Whoa, look at this color. Let me bring it in here. Look at this. This is like a purpley color. I think. I don't even know. Let's see. Yeah, look how nice that color is. Oh, that's beautiful. I don't know what that is, though. And I'm going to make a heart like here. And now I'm going to put this off to the side. And I'm going to start drawing on my leaves because I think my leaves are dry. If you made your... look how nice this looks. Man, this is so nice. Do you love it? I love it. I don't know if you love it. Doesn't even matter. I love it. That's important. It's important that you love what you do when you're doing it because, you know, if you're doing this by yourself over there in your house or your apartment or wherever you live and you don't really love the way it looks, it doesn't matter because it's yours and you should love it like I love this because I love this. I really do love this. All right, I got to clean my brush. I'm going to dump this dirty water out because I don't want it to spill when I get all involved in my... I'm going to close my watercolor. I'm going to close this guy. I'm going to put my brush off to the side. This is soaking wet brush, so I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to pull out my leaves. I'm going to bring my leaves over here. Oh, now I'm going to go like this. Look, I'm going to swip my desk up like this, clean up a little bit. I'm going to bring out my triplets fine liners. Now we're going to have some fun. Let me go to the other camera for a second. So, as I said at the beginning of this video, if you're still watching from the beginning or if you just joined us, we're watercoloring and I'm making a bunch of patterns on a bunch of different pages of watercolor, and then I'm going to use these fine liners. I use Winsor & Newton fine liners. They're one of my favorite pens. I don't have, look, all my pens are over there, but I don't have like a Sharpie marker with me right now, but you could use a Sharpie marker for this. You could use a Crayola marker. Dark colors and the thinner line work is better. But if you're drawing on a big piece of paper and you're doing something like that, then you don't really need like a very thin marker. But I'm working in this small paper, and so I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit on this one because now I'm going to kind of, excuse the camera movement, but I'm going to try to do this right now. Can you see it okay? Look at this. Now, I'm going to take my fine line. I got to find the right size, and these are not my good glasses. I got to put my other glasses on for this one. I'm sorry. These are my nice glasses that I like to look at distance, but this is my reading progressive glasses. And this one is, yes, no, this is not it. Well, it is. It's 0.3. That's what I'm going to start with. All right, so I'm going to go on one of these leaves. I'm just going to pick one of the leaves, and I'm just going to start drawing line work to create patterns. The thing I love about this is sometimes you can outline the exact shape. I don't like to do that. I like to do it like this. Look, I like to go off of it a little bit. Just kind of make it look a little different. It just kind of gives it like a nice sort of feel. I really like to do that. And then I'm going to bring a line in the middle like this. And then I'm going to do this. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here I'm going to go this way because I'm just doing this. I'm just kind of making like a cool pattern on my leaves. Look, see what I did? I just made this like pattern. And then over here, this is too dark. I'm going to use a thicker pen for that. I'm going to use my 0.8 for this one. And I'm going to go on the outside of it because it's very dark. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring it in like that. And on this one, I'm going to do this. Watch. I'm going to make circles. I got to hold my paper when I do this. And I'm making like these cool circles. And then what I'm going to do later, which I'm going to give you a sneak peek, is I'm going to use some of these fluid acrylic white paint on there to give it some highlights. That's going to look so nice that you can't really do with white watercolor. It doesn't work. White watercolor is too transparent, but that stuff is like, you'll see it if you stick around. Okay, so now this one, I'm going to go back with my big marker, and I'm going to go in like that. And I'm just now going to do this. I'm going to kind of outline all my leaves to start. And I should tape this paper down because it's moving around a lot. It's kind of bothering me, but see what I'm doing? Just sort of tracing, but not with like, I'm not trying to trace them perfectly. See? I'm kind of leaving like space because it gives it like this like animated flavor of some sort. And I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this, and this one I'm going to go, and this, again, I'm doing these leaves, I'm making leaves because I wanted to collect leaves all week. Look at this, I'm going to do this. I'm inspired to do something different here because this has got a little yellow and a little red, so I'm going to make 2 lines like this, like it's going to have like a, whoa, look at that one. That's crazy, look how cool that looks. And it's just kind of nice and relaxing to do this, and I just realized I'm using my thick pen. I want to go a thinner pen. And here I'm going to do this. While it's in my mind, I'm going to kind of go like this. And I saw that little gap, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to highlight that. I feel like I should get a little closer. Hold on a second. Let me get in a little more. I got to adjust my camera. If this whole thing just falls apart right now on me, I apologize. There it is. Look. And over here, I'm going to go like this. And just have fun with it. You make a bunch of blobs, leaf blobs, any kind of blobs, and you just sort of then just react to what you made. You can even do stuff like this. This is fun. You can kind of just be like scraggly about it. Like, look, I'm gonna do like, make it look like a sketchy leaf. That's fun to do as well. I mean, it's like that could turn into like a turkey or something. It looks like some kind of chicken or turkey. And then you can even like do like 2 lines like this. You kind of just give it like some pizzazz. And I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go like that, and it's just so fun to do. And as you develop it, I think I need a thicker pen. That's a little too thin now. I'm gonna go with my 0.5. Maybe you're using a really thick marker, and you're like, whoa, this doesn't look like the same, but that's okay. It looks like yours. I want you to do what you want to do. And now over here, this leaf is all crunchy, so it's going like this. It's going like this, and this one has like, maybe it's like a bunch of leaves, or maybe it's like a pine cone or something. I don't know, but I'm going to do this. Look, I'm going to start putting lines like that. And then I'm going to take this thinner one. No, this one. I feel like a dentist. Look, you know the dentist when they switch the thing. Have you ever gone to the dentist and they have those little picks that they clean your teeth with? Oh, I love those things. I don't really love those things. Those things freak me out, but they're important. You got to have dental hygiene. I don't know what that is. But look how beautiful it is. I don't know what it is, but it's beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so I'm drawing all my leaves. I'm outlining them. And in a few minutes, I'm going to go get my pig-like creatures. And I'm going to start making those inspired by Mr. Alba. Maybe I'm going to do stuff like this now. Look, I just had this idea to kind of give them little stems. I don't know why I thought to do that. Just thought to do that, and because maybe they're not in, maybe they won't end up even being leaves. Maybe I'll turn them into something else. It's kind of the power of doing this and using your imagination and creating something. It's fun. Look at this one. Oh, love it. These look like really nice leaves. Look, see what I'm doing? I hope you're doing this. If you're doing this, please send me a photograph of it. I got a lot of pictures from the parents. They're sending me pictures of their kids doing stuff. Jura and Noelani's mom told me she's going to send me a photograph of me on her television set. That's freaking me out to think that I might be on your television set. If I'm on your television set, hello. If I'm on your computer, hello. I'm glad you're watching, and I hope you're drawing, and I hope you're sketching something in your sketchbook. Look, you know, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. I love it, and I think I might write the word leaves on here in the background. Look, watch. Just got this idea. L. Bear with me for a second. You don't have to do this, but I think I'm going to try to do this. Whoa, this is going to be a little tricky. L-E. Whoa. See what I'm doing? I'm writing the word leaves. L-E-A. Oh, I just came up with this idea. I'm sorry if this is boring you, but now I have to do this because I committed to doing this. How am I going to do the V? Look, I'm going to make the V really big. V. I don't even know how to spell leaves. What's next? E. L-E-A-V-E. Oh, I like the way this looks. This is giving it like a little bit of a flare. This is a problem now because the S is going to be really blocked by this cool looking flower. So I got to bring this S down all the way here and make it like that. Now I'm in a little bit of a conundrum here because I have to figure out, problem solved. I'm going to meet you over on camera 3 for this. Look at this setup. So behind me are all my markers. Can you see them? Oh man, I don't know if you can see them because I'm blocking you, but look at all my markers. I have them all set up over there. I got all my markers set up over here. This is my work table. I got the lights. I got everything. But I just drew the word leaves on the background of all my beautiful leaves. And I'm going to use this triplets fine liner. Not Sounds triplets fine liner. My Winsor Newton. I'm sorry to the Statler people. This is Winsor Newton. I'm not affiliated with any of these people, so it's not that big a deal. But I'll meet you back on camera 1 for a second. So I'm going to use this fine liner, which is a brown color, to draw my the word for leaves. So that's kind of like sitting in the background like that. It might not work. I might need to make it darker. We'll see. Let's try it. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can. I'm going to be able to tell very quickly if it's going to work. I'm not sure it's going to work because it's brown, and I think it needs to be darker. So I don't think that's going to work. I think I need to get a darker color, and here we are in real time figuring stuff out, and I have the perfect pen for this. This one. I don't even know how to say it. Fudenosuke. Oh, look at this. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you this. I'm going to show you this over here. Check this out. I'm going to go big on this. This pen is like a, where is it? I can't get in the camera. I can't figure this out with the reverse. I feel like a weatherman. This is like a fine liner, but if you press hard, it becomes thicker. And if you press softly, it doesn't. And I have yet to break this pen. I'm trying to figure out how I'm not breaking this thing because I feel every time I draw with this and I press, I feel like I'm breaking it. But they say that's the power of this pen. So I'm going to try it. Let's see. I'm not going to press too hard on it because I don't want to break it, but I want to make these this word dark because look, yeah, see, oh yeah, and you press, it's like amazing, and the more you press on this, the darker and the thicker the line goes. But you can go back to pressing like really thin. So look, and it has this kind of brush-like quality. So every time I use this, it's very anxiety-stricken when I use this because I feel like I'm about to break it. But that's the point. You're supposed to do that. But look, oh man, this looks good. And then I'm gonna draw my lettering, and I'm gonna start doing my pig-like structures in a minute. I just wanted to do this because I had this idea, because that's what happens when you're working and you're creating and you dedicate a set amount of time to do something. Amazing things happen. I don't know if this is amazing, but I like it. And I'm probably gonna, after this, after I go to my pig-like structure for a bit, I might come back to this one and I might watercolor the lettering in that blue that I keep talking about. Man, I like that blue. The blue in my little palette. I really like that blue. It's really calling my name. Blue is not my usually favorite color. I like these kind of colors. My favorite color is really sort of this like yellowish, ochre-y color. I just really like that color. Anyways, look, it says leaves. Oh man, I made it. I'm sorry, the camera's a little skewed because it's like a GoPro. It's on, see, this is my GoPro. It's also my microphone. But look at this. I mean, I really want to paint those things. I might do a marker on that. I'm not sure I'm going to paint it because I don't want it to get like so messy. Okay, so now I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to take, because now this one is, yeah, I got to darken some of those leaves. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Before I do the pig-like structure, keep working on the leaves, or I just want to do this. I got to darken this a little bit. I just feel like, yeah, there you go. So look at that. I need to do that. See what I'm doing? I need to darken this a little bit. I just felt like it needed that, and as this one does as well. Because the word leaves, it's very strong. And I'm going to do like this kind of line, and like this, and I'm going to do a little circle, like this, and a little circle, and a little circle. I don't know. I just think it needed that. That's a little too dark, but I think it needed that. And then this one's going to need this. Oh, no, now it's everything. All right, let's go to the pig-like structure now. In a second. Just do this. Just bear with me. I want to make this look good. Man, I really want to darken. This is what ADHD is like. When you have ADHD, you get kind of hyper-focused on something. I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to settle down. I'm gonna move to the pig-like structure. I'm gonna take a sip of water, and I'm gonna move this over. I'm sorry if I'm blurring you, like moving that thing around. You might be getting like, whoa. Let me take a sip of water. Everybody should take a sip of water right now. It's a good idea. And then I'm gonna bring my other page, which is now fully dry, and now I'm going to try to make pig-like creatures. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, that's what I want to do. So I'm gonna take this marker. No, I'm gonna use a thicker one. I'll do this one. This is a really thick one. This is gonna be more like a Sharpie marker, so this is actually pretty cool. I'm gonna come up a little bit. And I'm just gonna draw like, look, I'm gonna draw the face, and I'm gonna draw like a snout, and I'm gonna draw, look, I don't know, this is a pig-like structure. Look. See what I did? I don't know. That's what I did. I did this. Over here, I'm going to do this. Look, this is better. Watch. I'm going to show you. This is like his little snout. I'm basically going to follow the, look, follow the contours of the blobs that I made and try to make little pig-like structures. Maybe like piggy banks or something. Look at this guy. This is his snout. This is one of his ears, or maybe his eye. No, this is his eye. Look how cute he looks. He's so cute. And I'm going to name them all. This guy, let's see. I just got to look at it. I got to see it. Look, I'm going to make this guy have like... maybe he's like a hippo. Whoa, look at this. This looks like a hippo. That was fun to do. Can you see it? It's like a hippo. It's not pig-like structures anymore. Pig-like creatures. It's a hippo. And now I'm just going to kind of go with it. I'm going to look at this guy. I don't know what that guy's going to be. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. This is his ears. And this is his... I don't know what that is. And then this is this. I don't know what he is. He's a made-up creature. Look. Kind of looks like a little baby elephant or something. Maybe I'll make a baby elephant. His trunk is still growing. Oh, he's so sweet. Look at him. And there's his smile. I don't know if that's an elephant, but maybe it's an elephant. It's an elephant-like creature. And I'm just going to kind of do this, and I'm going to sort of give it some detail. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but that's kind of the point. I'm just making these little kind of creatures. Started out with pig-like creatures. This one looks more like a pig. I don't know what that is. That's weird looking. I don't know, that's supposed to be a snout. I'm going to fix that one. All right, so over here, what are we doing over here? Let's do something over here. What are you guys doing? This is going to be a sleepy cat, I think. I don't know why. No, I'm not good at this cat stuff. I'm not good at cats, but I just saw a sleepy cat. So look. Oh, look at this guy. He's sleeping. It's like a sleepy cat. You see that? That's fun. So now this turned into something completely different. That's the point. I had this idea based on Mr. Alba, the teacher that drew a really cool pig during the class trip this week. And I said I was going to draw pig-like creatures on this thing. Did a bunch of blobs. But I mean, I drew one pig-like... It's not even a pig-like creature. That, I guess you could say, is a pig-like creature. This one, I don't know what that is. What is this one going to be? Let's see. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to give him like a little ear like that. And then he comes over here and he's got another ear, but that ear is dangling down like this. And he is, what is he? What is she? I don't know. Whoa, I know what this is. These are not ears. Those are eyes. Look at this. You know what it is? Can you see what that is? What does it look like? Well, that looks like something to me. What does it look like? Do you know what that looks like? Oh, I think it looks like something to me, but what does it look like to you? Well, this is fun. I'm going to give him a little cute cheek. He's very slow moving, this guy. Yeah, I think it looks like a sloth. To me, that looks like a sloth. And I drew it, and it's mine, so it's my sloth. You know, just realized how much fun this is. This is a great exercise. You have to do this. You take some watercolor, you make blobs, and then you turn them into like some kind of creatures. Even if you think about what you're going to do. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, I know what I'm going to do with this guy. I don't know what I'm going to do with this guy. This is not an elephant. This is definitely like a made-up creature. Look at this guy. That's his eye. This is other eye. This is like some kind of sea creature that lives deep in the ocean, and he has antennas. I don't know what it is. I don't know what this is. This is totally made up. Man, this is fun. I'm gonna give him like eyelashes. Look at this guy. I don't know what he is, but I want to make him smile. So this one here is his mouth, and he's smiling. These are cool looking. And you just do this. Oh, man, I'm getting stressed. I don't know how to finish this up. I don't know. These ones, now I'm getting close to the end of this this creature thing. I really like the sloth. This guy, I don't know what he is. Let's see. This is his mouth. He's doing this. What is this guy? I don't know what he is. I think I know what it is. Oh my gosh, look at this. You see it? I'll give you a hint. Look, I'm sorry I'm being so quiet, but this is super focused. Man, I really love this guy. He's a whale. Or she's a whale, I don't know. I'm gonna give her a little fin. It's a girl. This is a girl. Look at her, she's so beautiful. Her tail is not colored in though. Man, her poor tail. I really hope you're doing this because this is so much fun. I've never had so much fun in my life. What is this guy got? I'm looking at the camera, trying to look at the... let me go up a little bit so you can see more of this thing. I'm gonna get less of my beautiful face on here so you can see more of the... Here, come on, look at this. So look at this. And this one I'm not so happy with the leaves. But this is really cool. I'm gonna do a whole series on this. I'm gonna do this. I should do a workshop about this. This is a good idea. Just do a workshop about making blobs, watercolor, and just drawing cool things. This guy, I don't know what that guy is. Maybe this guy has got like, oh, he's got like a bumpy top to his body. Oh, look at this guy. He's punk rock. Well, no, there's not enough punk rock. He's got to do this. He's got bumpy everywhere. Look at this guy. And he's screaming. He's like, oh my God, there's a whale right next to me. He doesn't realize that it's a friendly whale. So he's totally freaking out. And he's got like, I don't know what this is. This is like he's like an Iceman or something. I don't know, but I feel like he's got to need some more. I'm not loving this pig. This pig looks too, I got to give him a tail. And then over here, this one, I know what I'm going to do on this one. Whoa, this one I want to do something, but it's not easy to do this because, whoa, look at this. We had a class, I got to do this in pencil. You're not going to know what this is yet, but maybe you will. If you were here for the class trip and you're watching this, you might, the hint is, if you came this week for the class trip, you might know what I'm drawing because it's your mascot. Oh, that was a hint. And if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I apologize, but I'm gonna reveal it in a second, but I want the kids who are watching, if they're watching this, to guess. Look at this guy. It's a stingray. Oh man, we have PS99. Apparently they're stingray. A whole bunch of those kids this week, and they all told me they were gonna watch. I don't know if they're watching. If they're watching, hello. If you're not watching, man, you told me you were gonna watch this. I hope you're watching it. Maybe not watching it right now, but what I realize now is this. I need to put blue in there. I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to go back to the watercolor because I want to finish what I started. But I will actually make that stingray's, whatever that's called, stinger. I will make it blue. And then this guy, I don't know what this is. I think I'm going to make this like an amoeba. That's like an amoeba. And amoeba has only got one eye because they're like a single cell organism or something. So this is an amoeba. He's got one eye. Anyways, look, I'm going to go on the camera. Look, I made this. I'm going to go on the other camera. Let me show you this camera. Oh, I made it. Can you see it? Look, look. It's so beautiful. Man, I love this thing. Oh, man, I love this thing. And my leaves, I did these two things, and I really like them, and I don't like this one so much. I'm not going to do anything with this. But now this one, what are we going to do with this? I got to figure out what to do with this. This one, this is like a relaxing thing that I like to do sometimes. I just take one of my fine liners, and I literally just draw lines. I call them spaghetti lines. I call them like doodle lines. Sean Phillips, one of the dads of someone, I like his game, Sean Phillips, I like saying it. He called it like a yarn, which I thought was nice. But I like to do this. So here I'm basically just going to kind of go with the flow, look at what's happening here, and sort of just create a series of lines all over this place. And I don't know what it's going to look like at the end of the day, but I'm going to kind of use the shapes that I've created, and I'm going to outline a little bit. So I'm going to do this like, you probably won't even see this. I got to get a thicker marker. I got to get like a decent, what should I get? I think I'll do this 0.5. I'm going to change my marker to this micron. Let's see how this goes. I think this might be a little more opaque. See, yeah, that's better. Look at that. So I'm going to do this. Watch. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to make this line, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to basically follow the lines of this haphazard shapes that were made from the watercolor. And maybe it's going to look like a rock. Maybe I'll go off of it a little bit and then come on it a little bit like this, and then do that, and then this will come like this. And I'm just sort of using the lines that were created to make a whole series of shapes layered. If you ever been to like Death Valley or Arizona with those rock formations and stuff, they're just so beautiful. And then you can do things like this. You go to these lines in here, and you're just sort of making kind of very relaxing line work, and it's just really fun to do. And at the end of the day, what it ends up being doesn't even really matter. It might be something nice. It might just be something that you keep and you look at when you're feeling like you're trying to look for inspiration, and you might look at it differently. Like, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's like a fish. And then this is, I'm going to put that line. I saw that piece of white, so I did that. And I'm going like this, and I'm going like this. And I'm doing this. And I'm almost in an hour, so I got to get ready for my party soon. So I'm going to go soon, but not yet. But, I mean, look. And then over here, I'm going to do a couple of these ones. Look, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to trace this line, and I'm going to bring it up like that. And I'm going to come over here, and this is a cool looking shape right there that I just made. And then this, maybe I'll do like this. Maybe I'll do some dots. Just kind of having fun, and you just sort of, I'm going to spend a few more minutes with this. I hope you stick with me and do this because it's fun. Oh, let me go to the picture. Sorry. Oh, there I am. And let me go bigger because now I'm going to do this like detail. Hey! So, I really hope you're doing this. If you didn't have watercolor and you're watching this, okay, check this out. Here I'm going. This is the way my mind works. I don't know if you can see this, but this looks like some kind of animal in here. This looks like an eye. So I'm going to make it an eye. And I'm going to give this guy like this thing. And look, we're back to this, one of my favorite part, making little creature things. But it might not be a creature. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. It looks like a creature. It looks like a crocodile or something. Does this look like a crocodile? Looks like a green rubber ducky of some sort. And then this is going to come over here. I'm going to do this, and I'm just sort of letting my imagination go. But again, whoa, see now this looks like an owl. Look at this. No, it doesn't look like an owl. It looks like some kind of cute little being. Oh, he's cute too. I'm telling you, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to use your imagination. Yeah, look, this is the crocodile's tail. Or maybe it's another crocodile. He's like a cool-looking dinosaur of some sort. And I'm going to give him an eye. I wasn't sure I was going to do it, but now it's sort of looking like looks like a poster for like a new movie about this crazy-looking creatures. Oh, look at this. This is not the eye. I don't know what that is. This is like this thing. And I'm just kind of letting my imagination go and drawing. This looks like a rabbit. You see that? I'm getting quiet now because I'm so focused. Sorry for that. I want to keep talking, but that looks like a rhino. Oh my gosh, look at this. I mean, look, I thought I was gonna do flowers, and it ended up being these like creatures, which I think is actually pretty cool. And over here, I'm gonna do this. I like this, but I think this is too dark on top of that thing. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna make these kind of cool lines in the background over here. See that? And then I'm gonna come over here and I'll make more lines over here like this. And I'm just gonna sit here and I'll decorate the whole thing, but I'm not gonna do it now because I gotta get ready for my birthday party that's coming up. Not my birthday party, it's a birthday party. A birthday party. I'm having a birthday party for someone today. And then we're having a holiday workshop later on. Another holiday workshop because the holidays are upon us. I mean, come on, this is nice. I like this. Okay, so it's an hour. I have an hour. Then my thing just dinged. I didn't do the hearts. I'm not gonna do the hearts right now. I'm gonna do the hearts as a separate video because I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna do the blue on this one. So I'm gonna meet you back on camera 3 over here. Hey! Okay, so what I didn't do is I didn't color in the leaves. You're gonna have to tune in for the YouTube for this week coming up to see what I do with this. I think I'm gonna put some blue in there for the leaves. My favorite thing today so far was this, and particularly this sloth-like guy right there. You see that guy? I love him so much. And the stingray, I like that too because the kids watching. If you're watching from the stingrays, hello. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. And I hope you did something today, and I hope you do something, and I hope you do something creative because it's important to be creative every day. And this is my space. I'm gonna set this. I'm gonna keep it like this for the week. Next week I'm gonna be in the same spot, and then I'll change. Every week I'm gonna change it until I find the spot that I wanna be in. I like talking to the camera different. Last week I had it up head, but I put it over here today. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you think about my my creatures and my leaves. Sorry I didn't do the hearts thing, but I really got to get ready for the birthday party. And then this one I'm going to keep working on because I really like it. And tune in to my YouTube videos this week because I'm going to show you what I do to these things. I'm going to finish these things, and then after I finish them all, I'm going to bind them into this little book with this little coil here. I'm going to put a cover on it, make it like my little watercolor sketchbook idea or something. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so that's the video for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and stay warm. It's cold outside if you're in New York City. If you're not in New York City, and it's not warm where you are, stay cool. And I'll see you guys again, and I'm going to go out to the still right now, and I really hope you had a wonderful time doing this, and I hope to see you again. And do some watercolors. If you have to go buy a watercolor set, just get the cheap one. It's fine. You don't need a really expensive one. I used the expensive one, and I didn't even really like it. All right, I'll see you guys again. All the best.